Okay, well, I have kids now. I have 2 kids. Thank you. And thank you. I do. I have 2 kids, and it's the best. One of them's a baby, and I'm well over 40. And, yeah, I like to milk a joke. You know what I mean? I like a lot of milk jokes, and I'll milk a joke. And, thank you. And, I'm over 40. I remember when my dad turned 40. It was a big deal. We were like, dang, this guy is old. Like, there was a sign in our yard that said, Lordy, Lordy, Richard's 40. And you're like, dang, this guy's about to die, I guess. He's so old, the neighborhood's talking about it. But I don't feel old like that. I feel good. But I did get vertigo not long ago. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Somebody does. And it's like a real old person thing, vertigo. The main symptom is you just get dizzy. I think that's the only symptom. Physically, you're fine. Just real dizzy, You don't see a lot of young kids with vertigo. You don't see kids jumping off the merry-go-round being like, oh, really activated my vertigo. Kids like being dizzy. It's fun to them. It's devastating for an adult. It feels so weak. Like, physically, nothing wrong with you, but inside you're like, oh, I can't stand. Can't even stare at the wall, really. Keeps moving. My friends call me up. They're like, hey, you want to go out? I'm like, nah, I can't. I'm real dizzy right now. They're like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. I was just sitting here. And then I got up. After that, I was real dizzy, I went to the doctor about it, and this is a real doctor that I went to. Just want you to know, I didn't go through any doorways made of beads to get there, but... But he got real mystical with me, He was like, you got these crystals in your ears. And he said they get lost in there and they get turned around or whatever, and you'll get... I'm paraphrasing some, but he said... But apparently there are crystals in our ears. At least that's what everybody believes, that we all have these crystals in our ears, and that's what's keeping us balanced. They weren't able to present this crystal to me. They didn't x-ray my head and go, you see those crystals there? But that's apparently that's what's happening. There's crystals in your ear. So this is what I think happened. One time I was using a Q-tip to clean my ear, and I was really getting at it. Pulled the Q-tip out, there was no more cotton left on the end. I got too into it, Just pulled out a stick. I was like, that can't be right. So I reached in my ear and I tried to get it, I tried to pull the cotton out, but I never got the cotton. I guess my ear sucked it up. It's like quicksand in there. So I think when that cotton went down my ear canal, I think my crystal got lodged up in there. And it took it down with it. And I don't know how all this is connected in my brain. I know that one doctor can do the ear, nose, and throat, So it must be connected in some way. And one day I'd like to blow my nose and be like, oh, there's that cotton. And pull it out, dig through it, find my crystal, pop it back in. Be like, boom, I'm back, baby. But until then, I'm just a little bit dizzy and have a lot of trouble on a carousel. You know what I mean? I don't know how the ears work. I don't know anything about the ears, but I fly a lot, and every time I fly, it feels like the pressure from the plane crushes my ear tubes. And then I have to hold my nose and blow, and it reinflates the tubes. I don't know if that's what happens, but that's what it feels like is happening. And I can't breathe out of my ears, right? I know that none of us can do that. That's not something weird with me. I know that none of us can do that. But what I'm saying is I think I'm close to being able to do it. I think I'm just 4 or 5 of these away from popping that tube, and then I'm just getting fresh air in through the ears. And that's something I want. That is something I want. I want to be hard to suffocate. You got to have 4 hands to get me. It's got. You want to do it with a pillow? It's got to be a body pillow. You got to wrap it all the way around, tie it up. I want to get kidnapped, and they go, we can't suffocate this guy. Let him go, let him go. That is something I want. That's something I'm into. What if there was just enough poison in this bottle that I had to drink the whole thing to die? At the end of the show, I take the last sip, collapse on the stage. You guys think it's all part of the show? Start filing out, you go, what a great show. And then you see the ambulance pull up, you're like, wow, he's really digging into this, huh? I'm getting into that bit. Cars. Been through a lot of cars. I used to have a 1982 Buick LeSabre. Real big car, used a lot of gas. You know, it was a good car, though. I liked it. I used to make this joke at work. I'd be like, man, that car uses so much gas. I bet it's using gas right now in the parking lot. It's a great work joke. People love that joke. That joke crushes in a Home Depot break room, I'll tell you that. One guy didn't get it. He goes, hell, you might have a leak. I was like, nah, I don't think so. But I did have a car that leaked a lot of oil for a while, you know, and I like that in a car, you know. Like you leak a little oil, pour a little in there. Leak a little oil, pour a little in there. Never get an oil change. People are like, when's the last time you changed the oil on this car? I'm like, it's changing right now. All right, this car is efficient here, buddy, okay? I don't have to go down to Jiffy Lube and get ripped off on an air filter. I love that. You go to some oil change place and they pull out this dirty air filter. I'm like, put it back in there. You see them across the shop. You're like, put it back in there. Yeah, it's dirty. It's working, man. Okay? Might want to check that thing for a hard hat, okay? Okay. Before that car, I had a 1999 Saturn, 4-door, dark blue, gray bumpers, real hot car. Stick shift, no power steering, real hard to drive. Manual everything. There wasn't a button in that car. I flipped that car. I used to drink and drive a lot. I'm not bragging about it, but I did used to do it a lot. And flipped that car. I think I did a full roll. I don't know. I was blacked out. But I broke off both side mirrors. So I think that's a full roll. But I landed upside down at some kind of swamp area. And I was alone. Nobody got hurt, you know. I crawled out the window. I lost my glasses and my flip-flops. I was a different guy back then, you know. I was living that salt life. Messed around, had one too many margaritas down at the Crab Shack, and lost control. And I'm standing out in the middle of the road. It's December. I'm cold. I'm wet. I got no shoes. I got no glasses. And I'm like, I'm about to walk home, you know. Because I didn't know if I'd get in trouble for leaving the scene of the accident, but I knew I'd get in trouble if I stayed. So I was like, we got to get out of here, you know. And this guy pulled up in a van, and he goes, do you need a ride? And I was like, yes, I do. And he's like, is that your car upside down with the headlights pointing in the woods like that? I was like, what's that? Nah, that ain't my car, man, but that looks bad, though. Let's get out of here. We got to get out of here right now. Let's get out of here. And this guy drove me home in the middle of the night, and I was so thankful for this guy. I was like, I can't believe this guy just gave me a ride home like that. And I wanted to tip him, you know, like he was some sort of Uber driver. So I just kind of reached in my pocket. I grabbed whatever money was in there, handed it to the guy. Then I went inside and went to sleep. Next morning, I woke up, checked my pocket. All my money was still there. So I guess I just gave this guy like a lot of receipts. This guy's flipping through bar tabs. He's like, I'm starting to think it was that guy's car. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that, though? You give a guy a ride home in the middle of the night like that, do a nice thing, get to his house, and he goes, here, take this trash for me too, buddy. Yeah, appreciate the ride. Throw this out, though, on the way home. Yeah, I got a big day tomorrow. I got a lot going on. Yeah, I got a big day trying to get my life together tomorrow. Yeah, I got to call my insurance company. I got a lot of lying to do tomorrow. I've wrecked every car I've ever owned, to some degree, you know. Not totaled every car, but I've wrecked every one of them. And sometimes I just destroy the inside of a car. I got food poisoning. I used to get food poisoning a lot back in the day. You ever gotten food poisoning in the car? No? Maybe that's not the right way to ask it. Let me ask it like this. You ever thrown up on the inside of your own windshield? I don't mean hit the dash and work its way to the windshield. I mean windshield first, splashing back on the knuckles. You know what I mean? Okay, it's going down in the vents up there. I never could defrost well after that. You know what I mean? Whew, you know what I mean? Okay. I was feeling sick that day, you know? Not real sick, like I wasn't really nauseous. I just had a lot of sharp stabbing pains in my stomach. And I just kept thinking, you know, I just need to, well, my stomach was real hard, you know? Hard in a way I'd like it to be all the time, but a lot more swollen than I would like. And I just kept thinking, you know, I just need to burp. If I could just burp, I would really feel a lot better, you know? And I don't like the word burp. I know that's a gross word. I hate the word burp. I wish there were a better word, you know? Some people will say belch. I'm like, nah, that's a worse word for... That's what the doctor says. I went to the doctor. They were like, you been belching a lot? I'm like, honestly, I don't even drink grape juice. You know what I mean? Okay, that's a good joke, though. No, it is a good joke, though. So I just needed to burp. I was like, I just need to burp. So I stopped and I got myself a Sprite. And I get back in the car. I'm driving down the road, drinking the thirst quencher. And my stomach starts to rumble a bit. And I go, okay, here we go, you know. I'm getting excited about it because I know a burp's coming. And a burp is all I need to get me back to where I need to be, you know. I'm starting to prepare some kind of post-burp celebration, you know. I'm excited about it. And finally the burp comes. And it was so much more than a burp. I never saw it coming. It came out like a pressure washer. I thought I cracked the windshield. I was just happy I had a headrest that day. I might have snapped my neck in that car. It was just sheer power, man. I never seen anything like it. Not up until that point or after. It was just an anomaly of an experience. It was so wild. I was on the interstate that day. Yeah. But I was in standstill traffic.